Okay, we want to show the Ozark Trail 20 by 10 cabin tent in all its magnificent glory in the field, as it were. We're camping. This is not the first time we've camped with this tent. This is the first time we've camped with it with an air conditioner. We bought this tent a few years ago with the intent of using air conditioner in the summertime, and we are in the summertime. It has two vents on either end. I don't know if that's because you need to use two at the same time or whatever, but there are two vents. And this was specifically designed for an air conditioning unit, a wall unit. So we're going to show that first. We're going to show it without. This is the vent that doesn't have the AC in it. We just want to show it how it looks. You got the elastic here. You got the fly here that prevents the rain from getting into either the tent or the top unit. Top of the unit. We tested this last night. We had a nice big rainstorm. But this is about 12 inches off the ground right here, this lip. And this holds a nice sized unit. Not a 25,000 BTU, but nice sized unit. It works. The people at Ozark Trail designed this tent just with the unit in it, the ability to put the unit in it, the vents. But they didn't take into account, I guess if you're in New York or Michigan or even in Virginia somewhere, this would be okay. But you're in Florida, and if you want to know what it's like to camp in Florida in the summertime, put your water heater up as high as it'll go, turn your shower on hot, let it run for 15 minutes with the door completely shut, no vents, then go inside. That's what we're in right now. My glasses are fogged up. We're drenched. And this is noon on a Sunday in the middle of summer. That's what Florida is. So we have to compensate. And then what we did, we put a nice 10 mil thick tarp on the top. Again, this was the first time we've done this, so this is more or less experimental. We're going to, next time, I'm going to use my 20 by 30 tarp, cover the whole thing like we do when we're in the mountains to put the heat in, to keep the heat held in. This is the same principle. Although this worked pretty well last night, it could have worked better. So you have to have something more than just this, which is probably not even 2 mil nylon tent material to hold the air in or anything in. And with all tents of this design, this has a screen. It's all screen, all the way through it's screen on the top, and you have the rain fly over it. So you just have air flowing all the way through the thing. All the windows, of course, are up. And again, this didn't do a bad job for us last night. So we're going to show the outside. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I looked the other day to see how to best make this work. I couldn't find a single instructional video on it. And this isn't a professional job by any stretch, but it's working. And I didn't really have to do too much ghetto rigging to make it work. It works on its own. This is an 8,000 BTU Frigidaire AC. You see that the elastic part of the opening has come and sealed this part almost all the way down. There's only about that much that isn't sealed. We're going to go inside in a moment and see it. We've tied these down to the back. The coils are still pumping out the back air, the hot air out. I got it sitting on a milk crate, which is 12 inches off the ground. I'm going to design something probably out of wood. It's going to be more efficient for that. We had to shim it a little bit over here to make it tip backwards. That's another part of the experimental process, the learning process, if you will. And something that's also going to improve over time is this. We stuffed this up underneath here. This is just an old piece of tent material that we stuffed up in there to close the gap, and we'll show you that gap in a moment when we go inside. But as you can see, it's pretty well, actually designed for that. You just have to make your own modification. So we're going to go inside. Excuse the mess. I'm living in here now. Not permanently though. Okay, this is the most interesting part. Of course, as you know from having wall unit air conditioning, the way that it works is you have to seal it. You would seal it with the window itself and the sash underneath, and with the extenders that come with the unit on either side, and you would stick that in your window. Well, it's the same principle here. You have to create a seal, and they've designed part of the seal. Well, they've designed the whole seal. You just have to make it work. And you can see this 8,000 BTU unit fits pretty darn well in here. There's a little gap here, a little gap on the side, and a little gap on the top, which is basically sealed by the outer fly that we saw earlier. But what isn't sealed is this. And if this wasn't sealed, as small as that is, and it can get even bigger, as you can see there, if it wasn't sealed here like we had it from the outside, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work hardly at all. It has to be sealed so that the air coming from inside the tent goes through here, cycles back out cold. So that's at least a little bit of an idea of the practicality of the unit. This covers 350 square feet. We have 200 square feet in here, but again, it's all tent. And as you can see here, this is where the tarp ends, and you have just tent material. So the next time we do that, we're going to fix that. We're going to tarp it completely covered, and I think that'll give us much better insulation. So from the beautiful Withlacoochee State Forest along the Withlacoochee River in specifics, the part of the river known as Silver Lake, we are out.